you know, most guys, they come like 2 or 3 weeks, it might be enough, right? But Loren's always welcome. My wife didn't make it out today. She's got a pretty heavy, she's in a doctoral program, but I also just think she couldn't come because of how big Loren was in her life too. And the other night we were talking, you know, and she said, I always thought that if something happened to you, Loren would take care of us. And that's what Loren was for us. My kids adored him. I mean, like you wouldn't believe, and kids are such a great judge of people, you know. He just would give himself to everything, right? I mean, if he was with you and he was engaged and you were doing something, he was right there all the time. And we all know Loren was depressed, and you know, it's just the pain is just knowing how much the pain was there. But he was out of our house for New Year's. Spent a week or so. Watched the Boise State game there, and I mean, he was just going nuts, and that was a nuts game, obviously. But he had dreams there. We talked about what he wanted to do. We talked about how he had, you know, hurt and pain, but we talked about the fact that he's still alive, you know, he still wanted things, and building the business with his brother. Came out a couple months before that, Tyson and Kevin for the American Idol weekend, and yeah, I just realized I'm bald. I just did this recently. I hope Blair's not killing you. But you know, my daughter Madison, she's 5 years old. I have 3 older daughters, but Maddie, I can't even tell. You know, we're just gonna hope that somehow, you know, memory fades or something. But she loves Tyson. All she does is sing this Pearl Jam song now that Tyson taught her all day long. And so I just want to tell a couple funny stories about Loren. My daughters and I drove here last night, and got in like at 4 a.m. It was a crazy day, but Loren and I made that trip back and forth from Seattle to Boise so many times that every place we stopped, it's a Loren moment, you know? Place we got gas, place we got pulled over by the cops for speeding. We were driving out here one time, we had a limousine and Loren's in the back, and we passed this guy hitchhiking. And we go by him like, you know, a long ways, but let's go back and pick him up. So I'm driving, Loren's in the back, and we back up to the guy, and we get there, and Loren rolls the window down, you know, and this guy's just kind of looking like, what's going on? And Loren's, want to ride? And he's like, okay, he gets in, and Loren's just tells some story. I mean, I don't know if we were secret agents or government or whatever. He just, you know, and you see this guy in the back, and his jaw's down. And then we stop by a truck stop, and he's, you know, I can't wait to tell my friends. I'm like, your friends will think you're nuts, man. And tell them that story.
Can I add just one part of that?
Please.
Joe tells the story, and Loren tells it too. And when Loren rolled the window down, the guy literally looked inside the car and was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, I mean, we never got tired of talking about that.
I'm the guy that's going to give you a ride.
That's right. Guys, it took a while for the guy to get in. We probably shouldn't have got in. We were driving back from here to Seattle one time and had this Prowler, you know, and it was a fun car, and it had some weird. It was before a lot of cars had those controls on for radios, you know, on the wheels. So I'm driving, and I go, I reach over and I go up to the radio. And, you know, the station changes, right? And Loren's like, dude, how'd you do that? I'm like, you just go up. You just say up. And he reached over, he goes, up. I'm like, no, you got to do up. It's like this, and up. And I change the station, and it goes up. And Loren's just thrilled, right? He just thinks this is just, and I go, try down. Down! Like, loud, he's like, down! Louder, Loren. And, I mean, past Ontario. I mean, this went on forever, right? until I had to pee my pants. I had to stop. I couldn't go there anymore. And I mean, that was Loren, right? Because he was in. He's like, cool, up, you know. And he felt stupid telling that story, but I just think that's his personality. He just, you know, if he trusts you, he loves you. When Brenda died, before she died, man, Loren, he was all over that. He was a cancer expert. I mean, he was doing everything he could. And, you know, people ask the question, you know, do you think Loren loves Jesus and is he in heaven? And we went to church together a lot. We prayed a lot. Loren knew Jesus and he loved him. And maybe we didn't understand him perfectly, you know, but the relationship was there. But we prayed for his mom, you know, and God didn't answer that prayer the way we wanted. Definitely didn't answer my prayers about Loren the way I wanted, or probably you wanted, you know. But one thing I do know is that Loren was in pain, and a pain that most of us can't get or understand. We can't help him, you know. We can't save him. We, you know, it's just something. But his pain's over. He's in heaven. Things are good until I get there. I'm going to kick his ass. Ass is in the Bible. It's okay. You can say that in church. But I think God will understand. And then I'm just going to hug the heck out of the guy and talk about all these things. One thing just to mention is that, you know, Christ talks about the fact that once your name is in the book of life, it can't be blotted out. No one can snatch, you know, one of God's from his hand. And Loren's not stronger than God. And no matter what I do before I die or Loren does before he dies, nothing takes us out of that promise. So I love Loren. I love him. Miss him. I was going to write something every time I was trying to this would happen. Been a long week. People call and ask you how you doing, which sucks because you're doing fine till they call. But I just hope that the friendships I have through Loren I can keep with some of you I haven't talked to for a while, and that we can keep this great spirit of his alive in our hearts. And I appreciate you guys. You're like family. All of you. And that it's true, you know, you get off the phone with any of these guys, and you say, I love you, and it's true. You know, Larry, you've raised a great family, man. You've instilled stuff that I hope my kids get. So that's it. I appreciate being here. When this is all said and done, I'd like to put together a memory book or something. So if you have digital pictures, Charlie's got my email address and stuff. Send them to me, and I want to put something together so everyone can keep his spirit alive. Thank you.